What is going on, everyone? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
And this is our HellaDepraved Shocktober 2020. I didn't wear my mask. Oh well. Shocktober 2022
list of...
celebration. We're covering Kerrang's 50 most evil songs. He's been wrong on 95% of them.
Right.
They've been wrong. Whoever runs this stupid fucking article.
Honestly, the song titles don't live up to expectation either, but
right.
You know.
However, this one probably will live up to expectation. At least I hope so. It's called Exorcism.
One would hope. And it's called
and it's
from
the
a
band
Killing Joke.
It's Killing Joke, which is, I believe. Okay, so I don't know how old this band is or how old this song is. Let me see. This song came out in 1994, so it might even predate the Killing Joke Joker comic. Batman comic.
I thought that was a little bit before.
It might have been.
Okay. But one would think it applied to that. Or that's at least...
Well, the Killing Joke as a comic came out in 1988, so it depends on when this band started.
Right.
Anyways... we're going to do the normal things. We're going to read the lyrics as we go through. We're going to talk about whether or not at the end, or we'll read the about, which there's not one. We'll read any annotations that Genius seems to have, and then we'll read why they're on the list, and then we'll decide if they're on the list rightfully, and if it's going to go on our playlist.
Right.
And with that being said, this is a live version of it because they're with a label that doesn't like us. So it's probably going to be terrible sound quality, so I apologize
Ahead of time.
Right.
Right.
All right, let's get it. Oh, yeah.
He looks like Alice Cooper.
He does.
Take drugs. Shake it up. Take drugs. Shake it up. Watch your bubble service. Boys. That will be open this house. The lounge. The lounge. Everyone's in service.
Now, he's
I
not...
He did a little ad-libbing there.
Not exactly performing this the way it was originally written.
No, I think that they just wrote the first part just wrong, but then I think that drugs part was honestly probably ad-libbing.
Rise from my unconscious, let it rise, get it out, get it out, get it out. Behind the illusion of reality are forces that speak to me. We will draw them out. We will cast them out. Drink wines that foam. Watch the ugliness rise. Watch it bubble to the surface. Let it out. Let it rise.
I mean, but this is an exorcism, so one would think that he's, like, trying to purge himself of all this.
Right.
I mean, the way it's written is more like let it rise to the surface and have its, you know, have its way. But being as the song is labeled Exorcism, you've got to draw the evil to the surface and purge it.
Right.
So we'll see which way it goes. I mean, he is telling you to drink wine and do drugs,
True.
kids.
Right. I feel like he's about to keel over.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're struggling, man.
What? I really feel like we're watching The Wish, Alice Cooper. Like, I feel really bad saying that, but
Can we, like, put into law that, like, once you reach a certain age, you're no longer allowed to perform?
You know, I mean, like, I want to say that, but I don't want to say that. There are some groups that have aged and they do great performances, but on the flip side... I don't think we've
watched one yet.
On the flip side, there's so many that don't.
Except for Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper's was still pretty good.
Yeah, there's just so many that don't. Like, you should at least have to pass some sort of...
mental assessment.
Test. I don't know. I think the part that I'm also kind of... I mean, he does look like he's trying to be Alice Cooper. But the part I'm most upset about is he's yelling at me instead of singing it. Like, I feel like maybe at some point they sang this. Maybe listening to the audio versus a live from when it came out, they do. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
He definitely ad-libs.
Okay, I was supposed to say, all the hate, I saw you. You just wanted to take a razor and cut his face until it bled. You wanted to inflict. I saw the barbed wire, or the barbed hooks penetrate deep into the side of his flesh.
Sounds like a very Joker-ish thing.
Like a very good horror movie. The exact intended subject of we and you in this track is not necessarily a third party. Jazz seems to be addressing a second person in some sort of internal struggle in an exorcism.
Right.
Given that in the first line of the song he refers to his possession occurring within his own unconscious, it's still likely that the you in this verse is Jazz. Perhaps not literally Jazz, but whatever person he is embodying in this track.
Right. That's kind of what I assumed.
That's the annotation.
Yeah.
I think that's the sole annotation.
Yes.
Of this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Rise to the surface. Let it bubble to the surface. Let it out. Let it out. Cut it out. Cut it out. Let it out.
He does the Aussie shuffle.
What I was going to say is if Alice Cooper and Ozzy had a love child that also aged out. And guys, I am not trying to make fun of old people. We will all be old at some point.
Yeah, there's just a
But
certain
there's like
point.
a limit for performances for me.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Wash it away. Wash away. Go away. Wash away the tears. Wash away the pain. Wash away the tears. Wash away the pain. Wash it all away. Wash it all away. Wash it all away.
I feel bad.
Why?
Because he's like trying to do the wash it all away thing and he's like shaking and
Nah,
like.
his other hand wasn't. I was watching because his hand holding the mic
Could you do
isn't
that again?
shaking. Yeah, I think he was doing this on purpose.
Yeah, but at the same time, he wasn't even getting the water out.
Right? Well, I think it's because his guitarist told him to fuck off because he was going to put it on his guitar. I mean, like, I get it because it's the cover yourself with water, wash it all away, wash it all. Here's...
All right. Before we go into
Yeah.
this, we're going to do something different. We'll be back in like 3 seconds. All right. So we just went and listened to the actual song.
the recorded audio versus live. Yeah.
And it is definitely better than that live performance was. Now, with that being said, I will just jump out and say this is not the music for me. This is the same thing I hate about techno.
The repetitiveness.
Just the repetitive.
Yeah, so what I will say, obviously live, the audio wasn't very good, and where they were situated instrumentally, all I could really hear was the drum beat. So when we went and listened to the recorded, it was very promising from the get-go. Like, there was a lot more going on with the instrumental. The guitar came in and we both looked at each other like, oh, this is going to be good. Yeah, no. It stayed the same the whole way through. So
and even the singer he's just like screaming
monotone. It's
Very
more of like a
monotone.
very... So, unfortunately, it's not that it's not... Like, I could enjoy the music if that first, 30 seconds had been how they played and the dynamic within the track. But it was too repetitive for me. Yeah.
right. Now, the reason why it was put on the list by Kerrang. By the way, I did read, going through, they were a band way before Killing Joke was ever written.
Okay.
From Batman. Anyways, this is a piece of ritualistic industrial metal primal force that was recorded in the Great Pyramid of Giza after Killing Joke allegedly bribed the Egyptian minister for antiquities for access. Our engineer fell asleep in the King's Chamber, frontman Jazz Coleman told Kerrang of the sessions. He suddenly had some vision, sprang up, banged his head, and ran out screaming. After he said he'd never go back in again. He said there were thousands of alien eyes staring at him, and after that he had a stroke. It affected him, that place.
So basically he had an LSD attack, and this was written with a concussion, severely.
No, that was their manager.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I again.
Or engineer.
Here's my thing.
Okay. It is dope as fuck
The about.
that they recorded it in the Pyramid of Giza.
Yes and no. Like, I don't like that it had to be bribed. Of course, I'm also like, I love Tomb Raider type movies, right? But I always get really pissy about the destruction they cause. And I know it's a movie, guys. I know. But it kills something inside of me to see it happen, because we do that to historical sites. And honestly, that's a bit, I don't even know the word I'm looking for. But yeah. It is cool, but the track is not.
Now, this is another prime example to me of the story being more evil than the song.
Or it could be construed to be, because it doesn't seem to me to be.
Right. It honestly just sounds like there were a lot of drugs involved and
Unfortunate accident that led to potential high blood pressure that led to a stroke.
right.
Okay, so the fact that it is describing somewhat of an exorcism, like this is a pretty benign one as far as exorcisms go, but the fact that it's describing one, I can see why they would think that it should be placed on a list of evil songs, right? Because you think of exorcisms, you are exorcising something evil. On the flip side, he's describing his own self-exorcism of hateful thoughts and stuff like that and purging them. So he's not like asking them to rise to the surface and take over. It's not somebody else who's called an old priest and a new priest and it's going to kill the person that they're exercising. It's not, I mean, it's just, it's almost a turn of phrase in this context. It's not a true...
Right. It's not like he's actually battling legit
demons, possession.
demons. And I don't mean demons as in like your own personal demons. I mean real fucking demons. Right. I don't know.
To me, it's not evil.
It fits more than some songs, not as much as others.
Right.
As far as this list goes, it's definitely not going on the Halloween playlist.
No, this is just a very iffy one for me to be added. Again, you get a band called Killing Joke. You have a song called Exorcism.
I feel like everything on this list
is well titled.
Is the Grateful Dead encapsulated for me?
Like all the reasons you don't like them?
No, just in terms of, and I mean everything on this list so far. Well, not everything, almost everything on this list. Because like
it has such potential from
prior to actually listening.
It has such potential.
You're
from
like,
the
dude, the Grateful Dead sounds like a fantastic band.
It's gonna be metal. It's gonna be dope.
And then you go to listen to it, and it's like legit just hippie music, which is, you know, it's fine for those of you that are hippies or enjoy hippie music.
A disappointment from.
But it was not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I was just like.
Again, I think everything is really aptly named to be on a list of evil, but so far, it's been rather disappointing. So, anyway, that is our take on it.
Bummer. To those of you guys that love The Killing Joke and love this song, I am not sorry.
Yeah, music's subjective. If this is what if you enjoy it, you enjoy it.
I'm sorry if we have disappointed you. This is not my thing.
Right.
Anyways. I didn't even... Yeah, I'm honestly...
Again,
whatever.
I think part of our letdown with some of these bands is simply that it was supposed to be on the list of 50 most evil songs. We were, like, hyped for it.
None of these seem evil.
Yeah.
Do people not know what evil is?
Right.
Like, stop thinking outside sources are what makes a song evil.
Yeah, we need the song... If you're going to list 50 most evil songs versus... 50 songs with the most evil backstory.
Do you want to know what's more evil than almost everything I've heard on this list?
The song that never ends.
No. As much as I personally dislike the movie, go watch Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, and listen to the record that's played that raises the dead from their graves. Right. That's more evil than anything I've heard on this.
I mean, like, there's several songs that have, like, actual legit chants from movies. There's plenty of stuff that should be on this list. Marilyn Manson songs, which I like Marilyn Manson songs, not person, but
Is Marilyn even on this list?
Like, I just don't understand who wrote that. Rob Zombie has some songs that could be construed.
Marilyn Manson's number 9.
But, I don't know, some of the bands that they've even put on this list have more to the point songs, like lyrics in the songs, guys, than this. Okay. Anyway.
Alright, so if you guys like the video, smash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, comment down below why we suck. Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter, if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching, and we cannot wait to disappoint you later.
Like Powerwolf, demons are a girl's best friend. I mean, come on.
Say bye, baby.
Bye, baby.